you're into ghost stories, this is an episode for you to watch. We have some footage that has captured a ghost coming out of a cement brick wall. Welcome, Keiarna, to Breadcrumbs to Blueprints. I am super excited to have you here today to talk to us about your mysterious ghost sighting that you captured on your home security camera. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
I'll start off by asking the first question. Can you start by giving us the backstory about the footage that we'll be discussing today?
Yes, so the back footage of it, so basically it's just my home security camera, and I've got it's a wired one, so it goes, I had people come through here and they went up, the electricians, and put it through my house, and it's all wired, so there's no anything to do with internet. You don't need internet, like it's just all through the box and the cameras are on. So there was just one night that I was sitting at my table and my friend was sitting here, but I was facing the DVR, like watching it on live, and I've noticed something like a black figure standing in the arch of the cemetery way, which is not where the girl actually had like come out from. So she was just like, oh well, something was still there, like in a black figure. So that caught my eye for me to look at it. So then I've looked at it and didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden I've looked down and looked back up, and then I've seen somebody walking like out of the wall, like the cemetery like entrance, the brick wall there. But she had already just walked out, because I had to like then notice that what I'd seen was the black figure first that caught my eye. Then it couldn't have got there that quick, so I kind of then had to double check and look back, which then I seen that she had walked out of the cemetery like concrete wall. I live across the road, so I don't see many people walk out the cemetery concrete wall. And yeah, she basically walked out and she looked confused to me, and then she's kind of looked around and she's walked off with her bag. And as she got to the end of the road, which my cameras don't reach that far, but you can see it on the camera that she does get to where the distance is of the viewing, like then she just disappears, because I have another friend down the road that has cameras too, so they've also looked at their cameras and there was nobody there. So
this is so interesting how your cameras picked it up. So we're going to now play the video for the audience.
Yeah.
And while they're watching it, can you give us a walkthrough of what's happening here? So the lady appears coming out of the concrete stone arch that's sort of like the entrance to the cemetery. She sort of teleports.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
and
seems
also
like a teleportation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she would be like a time traveler or a teleporter in those words, because when she comes out of the wall, as you can see, she stops to look if anybody sees her, and her legs continue to walk. So there's a fence that goes along that line of the concrete, so there's no way she would have to jump the fence to get to where she was, or walk around that stone wall. So then when she stops,
right,
you can actually, if you got the video like yourself, you'll be able to really rewind it if you got it like, and go really slowly, and you'll be able to see her actually light. You can see the light of her actual figure coming through the actual wall.
Right. Yeah, it starts off as, there's something there happening.
Yeah.
And then it just pop. It's just in the vision.
And for her to look around, as well makes me think, because we've never seen this woman in this town before, and it's a small country town, so we know everybody around here. And like for her to have like a bag and that, and you'll be concerned about somebody if you've seen that, because she looked like she might have been lost or concerned, or like you're concerned about her as well. So and she was gone too quick for me to even go and ask if she was okay. So
okay, so at one point you were thinking, this isn't a ghost, this is a real person. I don't know how she just appeared near the cemetery
I did think that entrance, to begin with. For sure. I did think that, because only because I seen it live, like until I looked back on the camera and then seen it with my two friends, that's when I went, okay, well, she's actually come out of that wall. Like, she hasn't, just because there's, like I said, there's a fence there. There's no way she could have just come through there. You would have seen her come around. And my time on like my camera, it does skip a little bit, but I put that all to, like, if she is a time traveler, she was time traveling my time. Like, it was just, you know, my camera doesn't skip any of the footage.
So did you investigate time travelers after you captured
No,
this?
I've already looked
security
into them. No, I've looked. Well, I had a friend that was into it, so I like, you know, was curious because of his curiousness. So that was a few years ago. I've always been skeptical about it, though, very skeptical. I've always got, and I still am, really, like, with a lot of things, but when it happens outside of your front door and you see it with your own eyes, like, there's no other, like, you know, excuse for it, and then you believe it. So
yeah, such an exciting bit of footage
it
that
is.
you have, honestly,
It
because
actually
it's so clear. Yeah, and you really do have to watch it a few times, and you just sort of can't get enough of it, because it's something just so unique that you've captured on that security camera.
I know.
So you wanted to tell us about the timestamp.
Like, the time doesn't really, like, it doesn't change. It just stops. And until she comes out, then the time goes from where the time had stopped. So, because in the video, we were rewinding it, and then, like, you know, fast forwarding it to get to the bit. So that's where a lot of people have now, like, you know, gained the whole timestamp or whatever it's called. I didn't even know there was a such thing of that, but yeah, everybody's got their own different time assumptions on there.
So, and yeah, because they're all
they were all saying different times, and I'm like, the only reason is because I can't even have the chance to tell them that we were actually rewinding the video and then fast forwarding it, so that as we were watching it, because like I said, I seen it live, so we went back and we rewatched it. Yeah. Okay,
so I'm just making sense. So that is that's the reason why there's a bit of a time jump there. It's not because it's been manipulated, it's just that you were watching it live and you're going, hang on a minute, what's
that's
that?
right. Exactly right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I understand that.
So
now.
when I'm like, we've only just like that's why I recorded it on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So can I ask, was there anything unusual about the atmosphere when this was taking place? Were there any unusual noises, temperature changes?
But the silence, I felt a bit of, you know, quietness. So there was, you know, when the quiet before a storm, or, you know, like we were sitting at the table, it was very quiet. So it was quiet enough for me to just look and take my eye off of everything, because for some reason I felt like I had to. And that's hard to explain.
Yeah. So how has this experience, the one of the lady teleporting out of the side of the cement arch of the cemetery, how has this affected you? Has it changed you in any way? Maybe your perceptions about reality, perhaps?
Oh, I love it. In a way, I love it so much. I'm intrigued about it, and only because I feel so calm about it. I'm not too sure why I feel calm about it, because I usually get really scared about things like that. So, like, not scared, but I just get, like, creeped out, like, you know, and for some reason, like, here in this house, like, anything that happens around it or near it, I feel like a sense of calmness. So I can't really say I feel anything from it, but I love sharing the story about it to the people who actually, you know, believe me and who I am, and they know I'm.
And has the video been examined at all by any experts or shared with any paranormal investigators?
Yeah, with Slaptam. So Mum kind of got me onto them, and then I sent it to them, and they were like, all good, they put it on.
Thank you, Keiarna, for your interview today and for sharing this ghostly footage with us. We've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Bye for now.